premiere episode of The Father, the Son, and the Flying Spaghetti Monster. This is the father here with the son.
What's up, everybody?
And we don't have the Flying Spaghetti Monster because it is a special night. He's not here. We have one night to do this. Pulling out all the stops because I'm having all kinds of problems on many kinds of fronts.
Yeah, so we're just here to basically record, fuck all the problems. Oh well.
So let's go ahead and get started. We were talking earlier about how in a Christian family you can be demonized when you come out as an atheist. It's not even coming out as an atheist. It seems to be coming out as a Satanist. Am I right?
Yeah, even a different religion.
Right.
Even if you don't believe in their fucking God that they believe in, you could be outed.
Right. I mean, that even goes to, I'm not just talking about Mormonism, like the Smith crazy ass hat. I'm talking Catholicism. This is a part of Christianity, right?
Yeah.
And if you even say, well, you know what, I'm going to go to the Catholic Church, you are demonized in this. And it's a Protestant, it's a Baptist family, which is sad because it's part of the same Abrahamic God. And my family, I'm sorry, it's not even my family. It's the Christian, the Baptist, the Protestant side of religion.
Of course.
So, you guys know a little bit about my side with the religion, a little bit of my background. So I'll let you talk to the son for a little bit and give you his specific background with his religion.
My background, I was basically a pagan before I became an atheist. Because my mom was basically a Wiccan, and I didn't follow every single course of the Wiccans did, so I would more label myself as a pagan more than a Wiccan, because I would try to do more, say, black magic and shit. Then I more looked into it, and I would think about how bizarre everything was, so I'd more question everything. And I would label myself an atheist now.
So I have some questions about the Wiccan thing because obviously that wasn't allowed in, my house growing up. So, you live that life. Tell me some of the differences between Wiccan and like paganism, Christianity kind of stuff.
See, the way my mom was, she would always kind of try to do friendly witchcraft and shit like that.
So like white magic is what you're saying?
Yeah, white magic.
Right.
Exactly, white magic. She would try to do white magic and try to bless the house and try to cast all the evil spirits out and shit like that.
So there was a lot of like superstition still with the...
Yeah, super superstitious.
Right.
She was super superstitious.
Did it go as far as, say, like I'm hearing like incense burning kind of...
Oh yeah, she would burn incense a lot. Shit, anytime I tried to learn how to talk backwards one time, and she was like, "Oh, that's the devil." Or even with Monster. Actually, recently, she was with Monster because my grandmother, or not my grandmother, my aunt, my actual aunt.
Right.
She told her that Monster was a part of the 666. Unleash the Beast was a part of the Illuminati kind of conspiracy theory.
Right.
And so she would stop buying us that shit.
And we heard a couple weeks ago about that lady that was on YouTube, went viral. This woman is, she went a little bit overboard with it. If you don't, I'll try to link the video in the description below. I don't. This, like I said, this is our first time, both of us. Still trying to work out the bugs, so bear with me. But it's crazy some of the things that are demonized and looked down upon, like Monster. There's no background to Satanism or devil worship or any of that kind of stuff.
It wouldn't even be Satanism. It would be more
Luciferianism.
Luciferian.
Right.
Because Satanism don't even believe in the devil.
Right.
It was more Luciferian, in which more they don't understand the more concept of Luciferianism and Satanism.
Right. And I actually looked into this a little bit. Seth Andrews, the Thinking Atheist.
We will link him.
We will, because he is amazing. But he did a whole thing on the Church of Satan. It's not, everybody's like, oh, whatever, but it's more a play on words. They don't believe in Satan. They don't believe in God. It's
more of a trick, kind of like making fun of Christianity,
right,
and shit like that.
Right. It's like a satire kind of, this is all ridiculous. And I have personally talked to some people from different kind of sects and stuff, and they don't believe. And I have talked to people from the Luciferian church, and honestly, it seems to be kind of religion wrapped up in a different package, which is ridiculous, because it's well, you don't believe in the devil, but he believes in you, and it's like, no, I don't believe in none of your fucking fairy tales.
Exactly. See, me, the opposite. When I was in high school, actually, last year, before anything happened, when I was in my old high school, there was this person that says that he was Satanist, and he would always tell these stories about how Satan would bless him and all that.
Right.
And then, yeah, now that I look back, I'd be like, okay. And even now these days, there's these Christians. I don't know how much people believe these creepy pastas and stuff like that. Yes, there's this one Christian in my school be like, there's this person named Laughing Jack that's actually real. And I'm like, okay, I'll play along with your story, but I won't actually believe it.
Speaking of stories, I got to touch on this because you're talking about people that don't exist, and there's a woman, and Aaron Ra, Flying Spaghetti Monster, bless you for bringing this woman to light. But you remember I was telling you about the Christians Against Dinosaurs.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And he called her out, and she was a unintentional Poe. Like,
see, the Christian for dinosaurs was supposed to be as an atheist joke at first.
Right.
Then she started taking over the concept of
exactly.
it. And then she started taking over the channel. And then she was like, oh, fuck.
And see, that's the problem. We can catch it in this day and age because we have technology. We have microphones. We have Skype. We have YouTube. But back then, back in, say, when Baal and Yahweh and all of these different gods were coming into play, we didn't have checks and balances. But now that we do, it's like we're catching people left and right, and they're backpedaling.
Exactly. And they don't know exactly what to do or what to say. All they have to say is base it on faith. Base it on faith. Faith is all you have to go on.
And see, that's the thing. Everybody's like, you gotta have faith. Okay, well, this is where the Flying Spaghetti Monster comes in. For those of you out there who don't know, the Flying Spaghetti Monster came into play when people said, well, you gotta have faith in God. And there was the atheist community that said, okay, well, I have faith in the Flying Spaghetti Monster. And they're like, what are you talking about? And it's like, okay, there's this big pasta dish outside my window.
Yep.
And I have faith in that. His noodly appendages will touch you and bless you and this and that, and that's what I worship. So your faith in your God and my faith in the flying spaghetti monster prove which one's right. You can't do it.
Even even so, these days, people would make the flying spaghetti flying spaghetti church into a religion because the government wants to say that anything can be a religion because you can't say it's not.
Right. And that's a big thing in Indiana here recently.
Oh, Indiana. Yeah. Don't get me started on Indiana.
Okay. One of the biggest things, this guy in Indiana, this is the only good thing that came out of that. He touched on the church. He said, okay, you know what? You can't touch me because of my faith. Well, my faith is in marijuana. So I'm going to start a church of marijuana.
See, I have to admit, my girlfriend was trying to say that marijuana shouldn't be a church. And I was like, well, you can't believe marijuana isn't a church because technically anything can be a church because you can't I can't say the word. Refute that a plant like that isn't a god.
Or anything. I mean,
anything can be a god. Fuck. You could believe the fucking New York Yankees. Right. Fucking their god.
Right. And if I feel that I'm going to get some tax break, not even tax break, tax free, because I have this quote unquote church that is worshiping the New York Yankees, like you were saying.
Exactly.
Anybody can make up a fucking god. So it's like, we're trying to save you with the separation of church and state. We're trying to save your freedoms from all these nonsensical. Oh, okay. And I'm going to be a little Christopher Hitchens here. Even though your faith to us is nonsensical, I mean, Yahweh talking snakes, talking donkeys is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And we'll get into that later because I know you want to touch on that.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, so we'll touch on that later. But right now we're already on a roll. So everything can be a church, and everything can be worshipped. And here's something that I wanted to ask you.
Yep.
A family member, I'm not going to say who on the air, but a family member came to me and said, well, you worship science, which makes no sense to me. What's your thought?
Technically, you can't worship science because science is forever changing, and which it is forever changing, which means it's updating its knowledge,
right.
Which it's updating its knowledge, meaning that it's trying to come up with new vast fucking pretense that could happen.
Right.
Unlike fucking religion,
which is static.
Which, yeah, of course. It's already predated what would happen. Which with science, the white hole, the fucking black hole phenomenon, the
wormholes.
Yeah. Fucking we could even freeze out. The crunch experiment, or the fucking we might even just freeze out. We might even expand from universe, which we'd freeze out from.
Oh yeah, I mean, because you're talking an expanding universe, constantly expanding. Me and the son were talking about this earlier with second law of thermodynamics, or blah, blah. But a lot of Christians use those. You cannot create nor destroy energy.
Yes, the second law of thermodynamics.
Right. And okay, that's great on a scale that's enclosed in a certain environment. But the universe is constantly expanding. We're constantly finding new things to build upon the old. And Christians are so hell bent on keeping their dogma. They meld it into this thing that is not the Bible.
Exactly. Like, even with the fucking, what book was you reading? The fucking book that was saying that fucking evolution. I can't think of the fucking book.
Evolution is true.
Yes, that was saying evolution was unrefutable.
Right. I mean, okay. Here's my thing. Coming from a Christian family, I was so against evolution. It was ridiculous. And
exactly, I was the same too.
Right.
Evolution was fucking a fairy tale.
Right. But the more I look into it, and the more we can look into fossil records, the more we can look into DNA, RNA, and you still refute it. It's like you're plugging your ears and closing your eyes and saying, la 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 la, I can't fucking hear you.
And God is imaginarily there, existent.
And okay, here's something I had to talk to you about. A mutual family member said that I will believe no matter what, even if I'm believing in Santa Claus. How would you tackle that? I mean, I don't know.
Okay, you might get comfort and everything from that, but comfort distort from the truth.
Right.
It's like, wow, how are you going to go off of that from, okay, it might be hard, yes. You have to refute evidence and have to do everything like that and research everything. But once you research everything and start looking at all that stuff, atheism, not even atheism, just fucking evolution in general.
With an open mind.
With an open mind. Once you start looking at that, imagine your brain, how it would open, how you would start thinking, how would you start expanding, how would you start expanding fucking human evolution.
And that's one of the things I'm hearing a lot of, once again, mutual family members that are saying, well, we want you to come back to the fold. And it's like, once you reach the certain plateau of mind, you can't go back. It's kind of like, here's Santa Claus. He's not real, but he's going to deliver gifts.
Exactly.
And you're going to come back and be like, no. I'm sorry, Santa Claus is real. Don't believe any of that crap. It's like, I can't go back. I cannot go back to believing.
See, exactly like Santa Claus. You might get the thought of when you're a kid, you might be like, oh yeah, Santa Claus is great. He's real. He's everything. Yes, but when you get older, you'll grow out of that. But with Christianity, you do not do that. You keep on thinking that he's real, which gives you a false pretense of which he is real.
Right.
Which will corrupt your brain state and make you think, oh, he's coming back in your life, even if you don't think he's coming back in your life. Even if you do not think he's that, you'll be like, oh, he's coming back sometime to save us all. Which means I don't really have to worry about mankind. Which is the wrong thing to do. You have to worry about your future. You have to worry about other people's future.
Exactly. And that's the thing. People have been saying since Jesus Christ's time that he's coming back in their lifetime.
Exactly. Just like the fucking what's it called? The people that fucking descended from Christ.
The Jews. I mean, there's
the 12 disciples.
Disciples, yeah.
Yes, the 12 disciples. Jesus Christ was supposed to come back in their time. If you read the Old Testament, they was supposed to come back in their time. In which, if you read the Old Testament and the New Testament, Jesus Christ himself says the Old Testament is supposed to follow the New Testament.
Right.
Which
To
means
the law, to the letter.
yes, exactly. Which means you have to follow the Old Testament and the New Testament by fucking example. No matter if humans wrote it or fucking God wrote it himself. You have to follow that because apparently God wrote it himself.
And here, I had to look it up. New Testament, Matthew 16:28. If you guys doubt it, I'm quoting it word for word, okay?
Go on.
Take up your cross, for the Son of Man is going to come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and they will repay every man according to his deeds, okay? Mark that.
Yep.
According to his deeds, okay?
According to his deeds.
Truly, I say unto you, there are some of you that are standing here, right?
Yep.
That will not taste of death until the Son of Man cometh in his kingdom. And here it is, 2,000 fucking years later, and we haven't seen. Are you trying to tell me there's somebody out there who's 2003 years old?
if you're a Christianityism, hey, guess what? There's this person that was living as long as me and you, even a long time before that, because God cursed them to walk on this earth forever.
Exactly. Yeah.
Forever. Hey, guess what? If you go look at science, one time there will be this point where nothing will be alive.
And honestly, we've seen that with dinosaurs. I mean, right? Dinosaurs, the asteroid came.
Oh yeah,
Destroyed.
I was even having questions about this. You could ask the father. I was having questions about this.
Yes.
About like, did the asteroid or how did the dinosaurs come extinct?
Right. And when I was in the fold, it was kind of like, you know what? Well, God planted these things, and He put these things here to date this old. And it's like, well, why would a God who wants to know us on a personal level play hide and seek? Like, you want to follow that God? And then you got the same verse, and I'm gonna touch on this again because this is very, very important to me. People say that you don't get to heaven on works. Right here, Jesus Christ himself just said, the Father and his angels will repay every man according to his deeds.
You should look up the fucking verse where people says, oh no, you don't go to hell on fucking fire and fucking eternal torture. You go to hell just, oh no, God's not real. That's your hell. Oh no. In the fucking Bible, it tells you your hell is eternal. Internal fucking torturement.
Gnashing of teeth. I mean, okay, here's my here's my problem with gnashing of teeth. Teeth is a physical thing. Your teeth are a part of your natural body. So if you're burning in hell, your teeth are still up here on earth. So what the fuck is gnashing?
Exactly. Anything. Actually, anything. Not even your teeth. Fuck it. Your fucking body. The way you feel stuff.
Your neurons, your fucking axioms, your fucking all of that shit is part of your natural body.
Yes.
And it all dies when you die. It's dead.
How the fuck would you feel that?
Exactly.
How? Okay, besides a fucking god creating a fucking hell for you to feel that shit.
Okay.
Okay, why would a loving God do that? Tell me. Please tell me. Any Christian out there, please tell me why the loving God would do that.
And I had to do the quote sign because I don't have the webcam up. But part of it is because of quote, it's part of God's divine plan. Well, okay, part of God's divine plan. So why do you pray?
Exactly.
Because it's either A, part of God's plan, and prayer does absolutely fucking nothing, or B, you believe that your God is insufficient to come up with a fucking good plan, so your mortality knows fucking best.
See, I test on this on my song that I'm making now.
Yes, time out on that. We have to touch on this because the son is doing a song. We're going to release it later on. It's going to be fucking phenomenal.
If you want to see what I look like, go to my Facebook page, or not even go to my Facebook page. Go to my YouTube page and look at my freestyle rap. I had to admit, I did not do good on that whatsoever because I was up 24 hours. I was up 48 hours.
I thought it was
and
good.
I did that. Okay. Look on that freestyle. And that's what I look like. If you want to know, go on that one. And there you go.
Yep.
I was up 48 hours.
Y'all know what I look like. I've been on here fucking doing videos, doing shit like this. My fucking girl's all up on social media.
Yes, he's up there. I'm not too much up there. I have to admit.
He's going the underground way, which is cool. I mean,
yes, I am trying to go underground. I don't want to be a part of the mainstream. No, I do not want that lifestyle. I don't want to be like Justin Bieber, like, oh baby. No, fuck that. I want to be a part of underground. I have to admit, I am like on the suicide death level of part of shit. I touch on reality, on people that feels like that.
And that is a huge thing. Christianity is not tending to do anymore. It did when I was growing up. It touched on the side of psychology that was reaching out and touching people, but it's not like that anymore.
Christianity is full of bullshit.
Right.
If you look at Christianity and you're suicidal and you're shit like that, Christianity is going to make you want to kill yourself more because you're like, oh, I'm going to get into this big place in heaven.
Exactly. You're trying to reach a point that is apocalyptic and it's dangerous to the rest of us that are actually trying to make a better life for our offspring.
Exactly. I might sing about suicidal death shit, and so might my girlfriend. But guess what? We are trying to help everybody out there by listening to music overcome that sensation of wanting to cut, of wanting to die, to
Right.
come into another phase. I had to admit, by me coming over music, I even went to jail. Hell, I admit it. I even went to jail. I overcame that stage. And guess what? It made me a better person. And I want to do that for all of you. And if you want to check out Lost and Dead,
Please do check that out. I mean, it is. I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass or blow smoke up the fucking listener's ass, but it's good shit.
yes, I will continue making music. I have to admit, I will not make music that you want me to make you make. I will not do that. I want to do it from inside my heart.
Right.
It has to come within me, not from within you guys. It's coming from within me.
And that is a very, very important part of music.
I might sing about weed. I might sing about fucking death. I might sing about fucking suicide. I might sing about all that.